welcome back to another edition of Research Fantasy presents our MLB DFS pitcher picks for Sunday, May 7th, 2017. I'm Nick from CWE on all of your favorite daily fantasy sites, and I'm here to break down my favorite pitching options on what amounts to being a pretty interesting slate of Sunday baseball. Little interesting note. Trevor Bauer was initially going to start for the Indians, but now it is Mike Clevinger. He's not available on FanDuel. I do believe he's available on DraftKings for, well, more or less free. The Royals, not a good offense, so I think you can do a lot worse when it comes to streaming today. With that being said, with actual baseball players, hitters priced higher than him, it's hard not to look at Mike Clevinger. I can't remember if I feel like he started some last year. You're looking at a 5K guy here, sub 5K guy here, on a day where you have a reasonably high-priced pitcher in Chris Sale on the mound. So I think strategy is, even though Coors is not on the field with a lot of good matchups out there, I don't hate the idea of playing Mike Clevinger. I just think that the pitching options to me are just uninspiring. I can't see any of these guys having really great outings outside of the two other guys I have on this list. But yeah, I think that he's fair game. Wish that they took the FanDuel route and had Coors on this slate, because you could rock Clevinger and Sale and still probably put together a pretty decent Coors lineup. So if you're punting in tournaments, and that's kind of what we're talking about with these videos here, don't really necessarily hate the Mike Clevinger play today. Moving on from there, Jose Quintana had a great outing last time out. No shock, no surprise to me. That was something that I was very excited about, and it worked out for me in a big way. Now he's taking on the Orioles, who honestly last year were a pretty good team against left-handed pitching, but this year striking out at a 27% clip, which I believe is the highest in baseball against any side of the plate. Again, the Orioles could come around, and we've seen Quintana struggle from time to time already this year, but I think the opportunity is there for him to have a pretty big game. So I don't mind the idea of using Jose Quintana, especially since he's a pretty reasonably high strikeout pitcher himself. Last up, we've got Chris Sale. Sale is above and beyond the best pitcher on the slate, and he is carrying a non-Clayton Kershaw-esque price, which makes things a lot more palatable when trying to build lineups. For me, I mentioned it in the NASCAR video, he's basically an across-the-board lock for me. I know that might sound foolish, but the reality is he's such a good pitcher. This Twins lineup kind of in flux. I'm trying to check real quick to see if the lineups haven't been announced. Brian Dozier was questionable. He's probably their biggest threat against left-handed pitching. If he's not in, the lineup definitely takes a little bit of a hit. I don't have any doubt that he's going to be able to pitch around Miguel Sano and the likes of that, no matter how good he's hitting. So Chris Sale is an excellent pitcher today. Don't need to tell you that. You already knew that. Wrapping it up, top three tournament options. Mike Clevinger on DraftKings, Jose Quintana, Clayton Kershaw. Chris Sale, who is actually looking a little bit better than Clayton Kershaw thus far this year. Those are our top three pitching options. Thanks for listening. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Head over to researchfantasy.com, sign up for our MLB mailing list, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Research and Win, and join us again tomorrow.